What's up, friends? I hope y'all are having a lovely Thursday. I'm sorry I haven't gotten any freaking content posted in the last couple of days. I done caught that damn rhinovirus stuff from my kids have had it. I thought I was going to be unscathed, honey. I woke up this morning and I just haven't felt good. But either way, the show must go on. Let's get into some Gypsy Rose bullshit. First off, look how wet Gypsy's lips are. Look at this. She claims she had them salivary glands removed and she gets cotton mouth, but where? That's spit again right here. Like anytime you look at her, her lips are always wet as hell, but she'd be like, oh, my salivary glands. Girl, they were taken out because of this shit right here. The shit's still wet as hell. But anyway, we are going to move on. Today we're going to watch some clips out of Gypsy Rose's live. We're going to do some stopping and starting and some talking. Let's get into it.
I believe that just because I have microdeletion, and I had that diagnosed in 2012, if people
2011 girl.
What's 2011?
No, okay, whatever,
You see?
around that time. If people want to still stick to that, that's their opinion. But at the end of the day, those same documents that they're citing to prove their point, those same documents was reviewed by the judge, reviewed by all the court systems.
I just want to point out that for one, 2 days after Gypsy Rose was arrested, these were the headlines that were being printed, okay? Questions if she was a victim of Munchausen by proxy, those were already flying around town. And Gypsy Rose's attorney, Mike Stanfield, in September of 2015, he still had not got his hands on Gypsy Rose's medical records. So for months, the city of Springfield was left to do nothing but listen to rumors and, talk of the town type shit. And I'm sure people ran with the whole Munchausen by proxy situation. But no experts actually looked at Gypsy Rose's medical records. Even that Munchausen by proxy expert, Dr. Dr. Feldman, he did not see Gypsy Rose's damn medical records. He flat out said that the way that he gave a diagnosis of Munchausen by proxy, he gave that diagnosis by keeping up with what was being said with her in the media. He said that. And the other experts, well, one of them was Gypsy's own neurologist. He was on her documentary too. And he is the one who gave that whole possible Munchausen by proxy. And then the documentary left out the part where it said, or some underlying etiology causing symptoms. Dr. Flasterstein said that 4 years before Gypsy was even diagnosed with her microdeletion. Then there was a forensic psychologist who evaluated her for her trial. I'm pretty sure this is the same guy who was on her documentary, her show, Prison Confessions. He was just trying to see, was she competent to stand trial? Which I'm betting she was, considering that her mom couldn't get a fucking power of attorney on her because Gypsy Rose had never been deemed incompetent before. And that doctor's name was Dr. Fabian, by the way. None of these people have seen Gypsy Rose's damn medical records. Now, another thing, when you go to court, when there's a defense attorney and a prosecutor, they both can show the facts, but it's about how they show them and whose argument is the best. Think about Casey Anthony, okay? You knew she was fucking guilty. She was found not guilty, wasn't she? Why was Casey Anthony found not guilty? While Casey was in jail, she has this video visit with her mom and her dad. Her mom tells her that there's a new rumor going around that Kaylee drowned in the pool. Casey Anthony says, surprise, surprise. Now, when they go to trial, not only do they bring up the fact that it is believed that Kaylee fell into the pool and drowned, they make up a new rumor that Casey's dad was molesting them. That only came up in opening arguments. Wasn't brought up anywhere else in the fucking trial. But that lie was enough to cause reasonable doubt. People didn't get to question it. They didn't get to hear anything else about it. And claims like that get to people's head. It makes them think. That's exactly what happened in Gypsy Rose's case. People in Springfield saw articles like this being printed. And 3 months in, articles like this saying that Gypsy couldn't get her hands on her own medical records. This shit was being pushed. All these things were being said a whole fucking year before Gypsy was even given that damn plea agreement. But the public was left to sit and to wonder. And before long, everybody thought she was a damn victim. And Gypsy's attorney was a smart attorney. Instead of having her go to trial and out in all her damn dirty laundry, he had her take a fucking plea agreement. Gypsy did not have any kind of criminal history, so the 10 years, it was the max minimum, which is a very common thing when someone like Gypsy doesn't have a criminal background. And the fact that Dee Dee wasn't here to be able to contest Gypsy's story, I mean, what could they do? Let's keep going. I done got long-winded. Let's go.
Cracking some kind of case that already been reviewed.
Oh,
If that-
I just want to say that I do not believe in any way, shape, form, or fashion that I'm cracking any damn case. Sheriff or not knew exactly who and what Gypsy Rosie is, honey. However, I'm just trying to show the bits and pieces where Gypsy Rose, she's just lied. Like the BDSM stuff, the claiming that Nick raped her, and some of the claims that she has made about her mom. Some of this shit is lies. I've never denied that there's obviously some crazy shit that was going on in that house. I don't know where the hell Gypsy Rose's lies begin and Dee Dee's end at this point.
saying this right now because I literally have been feeling this way, and I think I may have even told Sheena this. It's like I feel like even though she's not even here anymore, it's like I feel like even though she's not even here anymore, like her control lasts even after. Like, holy crap, she has pulled the wool over all of the internet right now. She was that good of a manipulator that even in death, she's still doing the most. Like, it's crazy.
How fucking insane is it that Gypsy Rose blames all her inconsistencies and all her lies getting caught out on her mom doing the most in death instead of realizing, girl, this is your karma. You lied about a lot of shit. Just admit it. Had you just been honest when your ass got out of prison, or when you started going on all these documentaries and just said, you know, she had a lot of control over me. It was a bad decision. This is what I did. You know, it would have been a different story. You might have got a little bit of more respect. But that's not what you did. You started acting like you had nothing to do with the con, like you didn't know this, that, and the third. You tried to make Nick sound like a terrible motherfucker. Like his dark fantasies were somehow worse than yours. And that's when I got fed up. I was done with it, honey. Her saying that mess right there is just another example of how Gypsy will avoid any accountability, any responsibility. She'll claim it's somebody else's fault when no, baby, it is your fault for getting busted out in all these lies, friend.
Mom knew you had a chromosome on, she just didn't know which kind. And she also never told anyone, other than like your dad. She never told doctors that. That's weird. Why would you not tell doctors that your daughter has a chromosome disorder?
I'm just gonna say this. If Dee Dee knew that Gypsy had a chromosomal disorder, then so did the doctors. How would Dee Dee find out if the doctors didn't know? Dee Dee doesn't have a fucking lab. She can't go run a microarray fucking test. Dee Dee knew that Gypsy had a genetic condition because she had microcephaly. She wouldn't have been able to find out about the chromosome disorder without the doctors knowing about it too. They have to run a test for this. Now, the microcephaly would have led them to believe, yes, she has a genetic condition because microcephaly is a genetic condition. But 1Q2 1.1, the first case wasn't found, diagnosed, and documented till 2008, and there has only been 102 fucking cases diagnosed and documented since 2008. And Gypsy's doctors documented 20 of her annotated genes that were affected. All that shit that Gypsy says, like, oh yeah, well the doctor should have known. The doctor I went to a few months ago, they told me exactly where I'm affected. Well, guess what? So did the fucking doctors that freaking diagnosed you, girl. Annotated genes are affected means that 20 specific known genes have been identified as having some kind of form of change or alteration. They had already documented the 20 genes of Gypsy's that were fucking affected. Gypsy Rose knew it was the cause of all her symptoms, everything she had going on. She found out in 2011, and she told Aaliyah and Bonzi about it in 2014. She acts like, oh no, that never happened. This is the shit we're talking about. This is the shit we are talking about. She can call it jealousy. She can call us haters. And really, it's just we prefer a blunt truth over a fucking gassed up lie. And well, let's not forget that immediately after Gypsy Rose had her mother murdered, she hopped online 5 days later, and in all caps, she said the bitch is dead. Well, it looks like the last two words didn't get the caps, but this message sure did. Gypsy Rose Alcido already pushing that narrative that she's a victim. Came out of Nick's house with her hands up. It's me, I'm okay. After falsely announcing to the world that she was great, and he listened to her sweet, innocent screams. Sweet and innocent. There's that fucking infantilizing shit again, Gypsy Rose. Listen, this ain't all edge, honey. Gypsy Rose said that shit. This is for entertainment purposes only, but y'all know how I feel. She did that shit.